Okay, could you state your name and your...
Absolutely. I'm Franco. I'm from Greenhouse Seed Company in Amsterdam. I'm Italian, 37 years old, and I'm here to give my story about the amazing remedy that I experimented on my own skin.
Oh, tell me about it.
So 7 years ago I contracted a plantar wart, it's called. It's a wart that is very aggressive under your foot. And this wart developed into a series of warts, in a cluster of warts, very rapidly. And at the time I tried what was available to counter the wart. And that was the freezing technique with liquid nitrogen. So at first my wart was treated by a doctor with liquid nitrogen for 3 or 4 times, but it kept coming back and growing bigger. And of course the wart is caused by a virus that is very aggressive and is very it can change into different strains of the same viruses very rapidly, and so it's very difficult to target. The science said that it's the own immune system of each person who has to target the virus. And so every remedy is not guaranteed to work against warts. They say it's a help. The science can help you, but until your own immune system doesn't kick it out, you're not going to get rid of it. So some people keep it for a few months, and some people can keep it for several years.
Okay, so you had it under your foot?
Yeah, it was under my right foot, under the heel, and after 6 months to a year of treatments, trying to freeze it with liquid nitrogen, I noticed that it wasn't working. The wart was coming back and every time and growing bigger, actually. So we started with another technique, which was applying a special acidic substance, salsiczur or something like that, and then letting the skin die basically with this acid, and then removing the dead skin with the blade. And
with the razor blade?
Yeah, with the razor blade.
Sounds scary. Sounds
quite intrusive, and it is. It's quite painful actually. And I went on with this system for another couple of years actually. Until a new technology came available. That was about 2007, and this was laser therapy for warts.
Okay.
So the doctor advised me to start with this new technology, and I did. And I received 6 different laser treatments over a period of 2.5 years between 2007 and 2009, the end of 2009. And basically the laser treatments were very painful, and they didn't work at all because this thing kept coming back. The laser was physically removing part of my foot every time. But when the skin, when the wound would heal and the skin would grow back, the wart would grow back with it.
Okay.
So it was very frustrating because every time you would go through this excruciating pain, and then you could not walk for a couple of weeks almost, and then you think you're done with it finally, but then it comes back.
Okay.
So it was very a bad experience, a long, bad, painful experience.
A nightmare.
Yeah,
7 years nightmare.
Yeah, and then it ended thanks to Bernard. No, it ended because I trusted the science of cannabis instead of trusting the science of modern medicine.
Okay.
And I have to say the results were pretty impressive. Already from day one of trying the oil, Rick Simpson's oil, I had a very positive beneficial effect, which was relief from pain.
Okay.
That was the first
That was
time.
the diluted version, huh?
Yeah, this was the diluted version, and I started applying it on the wart directly. And after a few days already, I noticed that I had less and less pain walking on it. So that already impressed me pretty much, even though I couldn't see any improvement on the skin, any visible improvement, but already the fact of relief from pain after so many years of constant pain, then it's already something you notice, and it's very big. And so I started believing in this more and more, and Bernard suggested to me, to use the more strong version, the cream, the concentrated. So I started. After 4 weeks of using the oil, I went on and I started with the cream. And after a few days already I could see a visible improvement. Not only the pain was gone, but I could see that my skin was getting better, and there was actually a new growth of fresh skin, not callus, not dead skin, but fresh, like baby skin. And this was something that didn't happen for 7 years. So I kept using the cream, and in a space of 4 weeks, 28 days, my wart was gone. and I have pictures to prove this, and I have witnesses that can certify this. And my wife herself could not believe what happened, because it really looks like a miracle. But then you realize, hey, this plant is powerful. I mean, I knew this before. This plant is my career, is my job, is my passion.
Miracle marijuana.
And I know now there's one more reason to really believe in this plant, because it can really cure some nasty, nasty, nasty phenomena. And I do not know if it can really cure cancer. When cancer is advanced, I believe it's not really possible to cure. But if it can cure this, it can cure a lot more for sure. And I really believe that we have to investigate, we have to research, we have to convince the scientific community, the traditional medicinal community, that this is not just some hippie tale, but this is real science at work, and it works better than anything that they have available at the moment for some conditions.
You said you had some pictures, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Show us.
Here we go. This was the wart when it was already a couple of years in place. You can see the white is caused by the acid that is supposed to kill the wart and kill the skin. So you're supposed to apply this acid like every day, and then you're supposed to remove the dead skin with a razor blade. And then you can see here we have what happens to you after the laser treatment. Yeah, this is the result of one session of laser treatment. Basically, it's a low-frequency laser beam that burns your skin. Before doing this laser, they inject a very powerful anesthetic into your foot. So already it's very nasty, because you have to get an injection in your foot. It's not very pleasant. And then when your foot is completely numb, they do this. They
ruin it.
But of course, when the anesthesia goes off and you are home after 6 hours, this becomes painful, and for 2 to 3 weeks you really hardly can walk, and it's really not a very pleasant feeling. And then when it should go away, it comes back. This was, as you can see, much bigger. So you can see here how it was, the size of it in 2006. This was, and then you can see how it grew in 2007, 2008. After all the treatments, after all science could do, this thing was growing bigger and bigger on my foot. And this is already after many sessions of laser. You can see how big the callus formed, and yeah, it was really painful. Then we start with the improvements. You can see here is after only 7 days of using the cream.
Okay.
So you can already see the difference. The skin basically, you can see that apart from the spots where the physical wart is present with these little red dots, every other spot is growing fresh skin. And already this was a major improvement. I didn't have the feeling of fresh skin growth there in 7 years. And then very rapidly it evolved to this. It's not very in focus, but you can see it's going. It's much better.
Yeah.
And then almost gone. This was in the middle of the 2 weeks. And then after 2 more weeks of treatment with the cream, it was completely gone.
So
Completely gone. And you can see it.
And how is it now? Here comes the ultimate proof.
There's still a little bit of dead skin, but it's completely gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Have any feeling. It's like never been there.
So, congratulations.
Congratulations to the plant.
Okay. Thank you for this interview.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you for suffering this problem, because
for helping me out with this.
I think a lot of people can learn from this,
It was
from your experience, and benefit from it. Okay.
And I advise anyone with a wart problem to just forget about all the bullshit and just try
Go
this.
for medical marijuana.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.